Hello, 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 and welcome. Turn on your sound. Hi there, I'm Una Doyle. I'm the founder of creativeflow.tv. I'll tell you about that in a moment. But today we're going to be talking on all about personality and professionalism, because I meet a lot of people who are, trying to be more professional, but sometimes they completely lose a fantastic asset for the business in doing so. Okay, so just a little bit about me in case you haven't met me. I'm a business development coach for creative business owners. So I typically work with people like graphic and web designers, photographers, PR firms, fashion, apparel kind of companies. So basically anyone who's in the creative industries or on the peripheries of that, and I focus on helping them to grow their business by running their business in ways that suit them, choosing the right strategies, creating the right habits, and teaching really proven and profound principles that will help you to grow your business. Now, whatever stage of business growth you are at, then the chances are you are going to need to stand out from the crowd in some way. And this is what we're talking about today, because you've got to be able to differentiate yourself. And whether you're a one-person business or whether you have multiple teams in your business, then there's no point leaving your personality at the door when you actually show up, okay? So that isn't actually going to help you to be more successful. And I want to share with you a story of, it's actually a new client I've started working with who has a fantastic personality. And you can see this personality, actually, it is in some of their marketing materials. There's glimpses of it there. And in some of our first discussions, what was really interesting is the way that they were often thinking things, but not communicating them to their clients or prospective clients. And actually, as we, talked through it, I think that actually would have helped them to, to bring on more clients as well. And so, because this person is, they have lots of charm, and they're also quite no nonsense, and I can kind of relate to that. But actually I think this could really help them to stand out in the marketplace. And then I was thinking about this again last night. I was at my acting class, and we had a director visiting last night, and so we were doing some scenes, and the scene that I was in, we had to improvise the end of it, and so whilst through the scene, my character was kind of very much, oh my God, I'm being harassed by this person, get me out of here. It actually turned out that they were a criminal on the run, and they turned very threatening to the other character in the scene. And now nobody in this class, because I'm fairly new in this class, nobody in this class has ever seen me do anything like that before. So they're all kind of like, whoa, oh my God, I hadn't seen this side of you before. And so it was fun. It was fun for me, and I'm not a threatening kind of individual. Yet actually there is in me that thing of, well, come on, no excuses. And not in a bullying way, but just like when I'm coaching my clients, I'm helping them to achieve their ambitions, and I will call them out if they are kind of, making excuses. And I will always want us to get to, well, what's really going on here? What do we need to do instead? So always looking at that solution. It's never about beating anybody up or even allowing them to beat themselves up, okay? But there is that aspect of my personality, and that can come out in my acting in terms of I might be in a position of authority, like a nurse or a detective, or just even a manager somewhere, but it can also come out in this kind of more threatening way as a criminal, and so it's the same for you. You have got different aspects of your personality, and quite often when you build those things into your business, then that can really help you to stand out. And so here's a few things that I want you to really take on board. Okay, number one, allowing your personality to shine through does not mean that you are not professional. You can be completely professional and have a personality too, okay? Just look at, if you ever go to a networking event, and you'll look around and you'll see that quite often there is a sea of suits, particularly where there's a lot of men present. And then quite often, well, if I'm there, it'll be me, but there may also be, one or two other people who are maybe dressed a little bit differently, who are letting, some colour come through, whatever colours, suit you best. I happen to suit bright colours. But they're just kind of doing something a little bit different that's expressing who they are and what they're about. And you know what's really interesting is, like, whenever I'm at an event like that, I just gravitate straight to those people because I think, well, I think you're going to be more interesting. And I could be wrong, but that's just how it comes across to me, because they're standing out because they're letting their personality shine. Okay, so if all those wonderfully interesting people who are hiding their personality in the interest of being professional, they could be really losing out there. The next thing is that being opinionated, now I'm not talking about being arrogant here, but I'm talking about having strong opinions about what works and what doesn't work, and about what is going to be best for your clients, you know, to help them achieve whatever objectives you're helping them with. Or, you know, if you're in a product-based company, you know, about, okay, well, this is, you know, this is what's going to be, you know, best for these kinds of situations. You know, letting those opinions shine can really help your customers. And it doesn't mean that you have to be rude. You know, you can be wonderfully diplomatic in how you convey your opinions. You can be very polite. You don't have to be rude. Yet it's a good thing to be opinionated. Now, it doesn't mean you have to be, you know, effing and blinding or shouting, you know, or ranting. I mean, I have occasional little rants, but, you know, I do them in my own way, in my own style. It doesn't have to be loud. It just needs to say something. You need to stand for something. You know, and that's got to come across. And if you're watching this and thinking, oh, well, this doesn't apply to me because I've got a team or I've got several teams, then I've got news for you. This applies to you even more than the one-person business. Because the thing is that when the business started, there will have been some element of personality there. But how do you keep that as you grow your company? You know, you get your first few employees and you have a lot of contact with them and they get to understand, well, this is how we do business, okay, i.e. the culture of the company. But how do you maintain that as you get bigger? Or how do you get to re-engage and get that re-ignition of enthusiasm with, you know, your staff and with your clients as you're growing? And this is why it's really important to be looking at, you know, of course, your values and what those values mean in terms of behavior. But I would actually, you know, go deeper with that in terms of, well, you know, well, actually, what kind of personality is that? And you could, you know, there are ways that you can do. I'm going to share an exercise with you as well in a moment. But this is something I think can be really fascinating and really help to bring together different synergies as well. Because quite often, you know, people who run creative businesses have got lots of interests. And so there quite often can be ways that they can incorporate their different interests either into their business model, but at least into the personality of the business, even if it isn't showing in the specific products and services that you offer. So, okay, let me share this exercise with you. Just before I do that, though, I would like to make an invitation to you, okay, to come and have a free 15-minute call with me to discuss your business. So whether you're looking to increase your profits, whether you're looking to look at your team motivation and engagement, whether you want to, you know, just talk about, well, what is it that you're looking to achieve in your business? What are your ambitions for it? You know, are you looking to level up to the next stage of your business growth? Then give me a shout, and you can do that and I will get this in a comment for you, or perhaps somebody would be kind enough to pop it in a comment for me. So let me just do that. So it's calendly.com/Una/intro. Okay, so Calendly, so it's like calendar, but calendly.com/Una/intro. Okay, so I'll pop that in the comment for you. So just click that and you can find a mutually agreeable time for us to have a chat. Okay, okay, so here's this exercise. What I want you to do is I want you to work through either as an individual or with your business partners. Or, you know, if you have one or more teams, then get each team to do this as well and see, you know, how alike or different are they, and do they all align in terms of, you know, what works to kind of make your business work together and be cohesive. But get them to take, well, what are the different personality traits? So if you were to look at you or your business or your team as a person, how would you describe those character traits? And then what I want you to do is list them down, okay? And then have a line going across beside each one, and then look at, okay, so where would you put the line as to, like on a scale of 0 to 10, as to how strong that personality or character trait is, you know, for you, your team or your business. And then this will allow, because this is exactly how, you know, consciously or unconsciously, depending on the role and things that I'm doing in my acting, then that's what I'm doing, because I'm always bringing parts of me to you know, a role. And you know, it's, you know, of course it doesn't mean that if I'm playing a murderer that I, you know, would murder somebody or have murdered anybody. Of course it's not like that. But what it does mean is that, well, what would cause somebody to do that? And what part of me can I draw on to make that happen? And it's exactly the same for you in growing your company and in communicating about, you know, what your company is about and how you can help people, and just sharing what that brand experience is. Okay, because your personality, the personality of every single person in your company, and how that comes across as a whole, is a big part of your customer's brand experience. And you want to make sure that that is, you know, there's an alignment there between what's true and authentic for you and what actually exists, you know, in reality, as well as you know, making sure that actually this matches, you know, in terms of, you know, your market and how they are receiving that. Okay, you don't want to have a mismatch when, you know, there's all this stuff going out around your company, and then someone meets you in person and they're like, oh, and they're kind of like, oh, this doesn't quite fit, and they might not even be consciously aware of it. This could all be going on in their subconscious, but it doesn't mean that it's not having an impact on, you know, what it is that that you're actually conveying. Okay, so there was a couple of fantastic quotes I just want to share with you as well, that I thought was really good. I mean, one that you probably have heard before, Judy Garland, always be a first-rate version of yourself instead of a second-rate version of somebody else. And I think this is so important because, you know, when there are so many kind of gurus out there in the marketplace, it's really easy to kind of go, oh yeah, well, if I'm like them, then that's going to help me to be more successful. Whereas actually what you're looking to do is, you know, be yourself, because that's what's going to make you stand out much more. Raymond Hull said, "He who trims himself to suit everyone will soon whittle himself away." And I thought that was really good as well. Yeah, I thought this was really good. So this was targeted at singers. It was actually, this is in the early 19th century, by Barbara Cook. Find out what is unique about yourself and get in touch with it. If you were able to get to be yourself, then you have no competition. All you have to do is try and get closer and closer to that essence. And you know what? It takes courage to do this. Because if you are truly exposing who you are and your personality through your business and through your brand, then of course there's the opportunity for rejection to happen. And that's a scary thing for most people. But you know what I think is even more scary is to just be ignored, you know, or to just not to stand out at all. And think about it from the point of view of your ambitions. You know, you've got a vision that you're looking to achieve. If you haven't, definitely make that call with me. You know, but you've got an idea. There are people that you want to help. There's some sort of passion and why behind what you're doing. And in order to make that happen, you are going to have to stand out in order to do that. Okay, I'm going to wrap things up there. Just a reminder that, you know, if you found this valuable, please comment, share with me your experiences and your comments, your views on this. You may agree, you may disagree. I will welcome all communication around it. Hit the share button, hit the like, love, etc. Whatever emoticon you feel suits your experience of this. And make sure to tune in. Same time, this is part of an ongoing series that I do every Wednesday at 4:30 UK time. time. Okay, that's GMT. So I would love to see you. So just a reminder again, you can book in with me for a call, 15 minutes call, no charge, to discuss your business and what it is you're looking to achieve with your business. And the link to do that is calendly.com/Una/intro. Look in the comments for the details. Okay, see you same time next week. Bye.